Welcome back to Trayvon. So we're at 10 days of age, 11 days of age now, and we'll be cutting nails, so we're ready for cutting nails, so we're bang on that. Yeah. And right from the beginning, what we've been working on, rather than handling, what we've been working on is competition. They accept me just as much as they accept the mother. So they're excited when I come in. Now we've got to start on the handling. Normally what we do is the handling is putting pressure on the dog, etc, etc, and what they're doing is learning to cope with stress. We're putting stress on the puppy by handling. By feeding, all I'm doing is making the puppies excited when I come in. I am like the mother, and they're all exactly the same. They all want to get to me just as they'd like to get to the mother. I'm a food source, so they get excited when I'm in. Now they've got to cope with this excitement. That's what we need to do. That's what we normally do right from the beginning. And the reason we want to cope, or we get the puppies to cope with stress at this age, is it allows us, as the puppy gets older, when we hit 3 weeks, blah blah blah, we're not going to get, what's the best way to say it? Start again. Stress. I look at stress as the same, when a dog gets excited, overexcited, or when a dog is fearful, it's a stress indicator, it's a stress level. It's the same piece of string. A puppy can become scared, a puppy can become excited. Some puppies are more inclined to be positive stressed, towards excitement, which is what we want. We want positive. Negative is going towards fear. All dogs will experience fear. We don't want a dog flipping over and getting so that we can't communicate with it. That's the bad end of fear, is where you can't communicate with your dog, and that might be fireworks, something happens, the dog is petrified. But dogs that get overexcited, you can't communicate with either. Those are the two opposite ends of stress. In between that is balance. And that's what we want. We want to get balanced pups, dogs that can handle stress. So if it is going towards excitement, we can call it back in before it flips over to the overexcited. If it is stressed and being fearful, we can call the dog back in so that it doesn't get to that stage where we can't communicate, because no one wants a dog they can't communicate with. So that what we're looking for is balance. Dogs are going to get scared, they're going to get excited. We want to have it so that we have dogs that we can see that build up, that we can say, okay, we're getting a bit stressed here, we're getting too excited, okay, this is starting to worry. We can pull the dog in rather than we have a very short period. So that's why we want to handle the puppies. But the first thing to do, and the first indicator of stress, is competition. When you have a huge competition for the mother's tip, puppies are going to get less behind, more excitement in the litter, blah blah blah. So for me, competition is very, very important, and to have the right level of competition. And that's what we have achieved. We know that because we're cutting nails today at, I think it's 11 days today, which is bang on. That's where we want to be. That's a good indicator that the stress level within the litter as a whole is manageable. Yeah, but they're just excited when I'm here. They just want, I'm a food source. So we have to now put pressure on, and the first really indicator of pressure is cutting the nails, but it's so focused on me it's not even going to notice this. Yeah, it's not even going to notice. So this is where, oh yeah, we're now going to have to start doing the handling. So when you can feel the heart beating and everything else, it's excited. So we have a litter that is very positive orientated, and that's great, because come 3 weeks, I'm going to have a tremendous bond with these puppies when they're online. They're going to follow me all over the place, so I can put a lot of stresses on them, but I've got to be able to handle that excitement on the puppies. That is what we're working on now for the next 10 days, is to start putting pressure on the puppies. Hello! And calming the puppy down so he can deal with stress, with pressure. Yeah, we can. Oh, we need that, we need that. We need to be able to calm down when we get excited. Yes, we do. That's what we have to learn to do. And that's what we haven't done yet, and what I would normally do. But when you have a large litter, it's more important that we have the right level of competition. And the handling comes later rather than first. And it swings and roundabouts, because my benefit is at 3 weeks when they're fully online, is I'm going to be so far ahead of myself on that contact. They're going to follow me all over the place. but they're going to follow excitedly. So just swings around. So next puppy for the nail cutting, and we'll go and cut all the nails today because, oi, can I take you? Oh yeah, we'll take you and get you stressed up, eh? Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Oh, yeah. So we're still feeding them, and what I'll do now, I don't know if you can see the nails, but you can see they're feeding quite comfortably. Oh, yeah. And as I say, we're cutting nails, so it stops them scratching each other, and most importantly, stops them scratching the mother. She's then more happy to feed. And by keeping the stress level or the competition level reasonable, it's easier for the mother. Hey. Off. And but they handle very well. But they are excitable, you can see that. They're not. And that's what we have to work on, so that they get conditioned, that they are used to dealing with their own stress levels, that they balance themselves. And that's what all this handling is about. For the working kennels, they want that competition. And the reason they do this, and have started all these handling techniques and everything else, is to identify the most competitive puppy, because that's what they want. The working kennel wants a competitive dog, so that they can do that selection process at 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, and be working with a puppy at 3.5 weeks, because they've done their selection process. It's not what we're doing. We're working with the whole litter, not selecting one puppy to work with. Hello. Good day to you. Good day to you. Good day. So let's see. Here we go. You're going to get your nose chopped off if you do that. You will. I've got nothing there, sweet now. Oh, there we go. Just a minute. Just takes longer. See, this is what we want the dog to do, is to learn to deal with this. And calm down. There we go. There we go, little. There's no real struggle. There's no real panic in the puppy. Whoops, a daisy. And then, let's take you. Right, let's try it with that. There we go. I am, the food source, so just as interesting as the mother. Yo! Yeah. Yeah, that's first one done. Second. So what we're working on for the next 10 days is now the handling, is to get them used to being handled, to get them used to relaxing, rather than being identified as just pure a food source. Yo! So, that's our puppies at 11 days. We're bang on. Everything's good. I'm going to carry on with cutting the nails because that's what's needed. But overall, everything's really good. It's all going very well. We work on now on that handling and getting those stresses, getting the puppies at the right balance. And we can use heat to keep the puppies calmer, make the bed hotter, turn the heating bed on, so they sleep more. They're not moving around so much, and de-stresses the puppy and allows for better handling. So that's what we're concentrating on for the next 10 days, and that's all it is. It's another 10 days and then they start on their solids. They'll be fully online. Eyes, ears, boom, and we've got them from babies to puppies. And that's a really interesting period. So that's us for the day.